Welcome to the first Panthers Weekly with Straubs and Teacher 2016. The boys are back in town, as it were.
That's it, mate.
Having another crack at, Panthers Weekly. What more can I say?
Yeah, obviously, it's been a 2-year break. We actually finished the year that the Panthers had a great season. So, I was like, oh, maybe it was us just holding us back. And then last year they had a horrible season, so maybe it's not us. Maybe it was just
to make sure our self-confidence was all right. We can jump back in at the bottom of the trough before the peak.
This is it. Obviously, this is just going to be a quick show, a bit of a teaser. The Nines start this week. We might as well get in there now and start talking about it before the season really kicks off. I guess we might as well start off by looking at what's actually happening in it. Who's the competition? And we're in the
Rangi Toto group.
Yeah, so you still got. I can never pronounce these things. You're still nailing it.
Pronunciation is the very little I can bring to the show. But it's an interesting group. The Cowboys, Tigers, and the Knights.
Yeah.
I think a bit of variety. I think the Cowboys have got a strong squad. We'll obviously get into the squads of the opposition a bit later, but it's a bit of an interesting setup. First game.
It's 1:45 Kiwi time, so it's 11:45 for us. We're facing the Tigers. It's interesting in the sense that you look at the table from last year, and I know the table in the NRL means nothing to the Nines, but obviously the Cowboys won it. They're going to be strong. The Knights and the Tigers, they're two of the weaker teams in the NRL. Their squads, which they sent over, might not be as strong. So the first game is the Tigers. The good thing is the Knights and the Cowboys play before us, so we get to see what our opposition's like. Obviously, after that, in 3:15, we face the Knights on Saturday, and then on Sunday, a nice early start at 10 to 9.
Yeah, 10 to 9 Australian time.
We're looking at Kiwi times here, so we've got to try to use our mathematical skills. So that's the delay there.
Taking 2 off is a huge task.
Oh, how many fingers do I have again? So it's an interesting table. Some call it the group of death. I'm not calling it that.
It's a strong group. I think probably the Waiheke group as well. You've got the Roosters, the Rabbitohs, the Storm, and of course the Eels probably bringing up the rear there.
No, strange enough, I checked the TAB today. The Eels are actually who are the Eels playing first? The Storm. The Eels are betting $1.45. The Storm $2.25.
The Storm are famous for not being particularly on board with the Nines concept.
I think that's the first time the Eels have been favourites in a long time in anything.
What have the Eels got to lose apart? Well, I was about to say apart from Michael Jennings' dignity, but he's already lost that.
Yeah, well,
by signing for Parramatta.
I think that's going to be a running joke through the year, so get ready for that.
As soon as I find that audio, I'm going to have a lot of fun. But it's hidden well at the moment, unfortunately.
All right, so big Saturday, 1 game on Sunday, hopefully another 2 to 3 more after that, making the finals. But if we look at the actual team, it's obviously a strong team.
Yeah.
The strongest we've sent across in the 3 years that it's been going around.
Yeah, I think there's a bit of a focus on it from the club this year. I think there's a little bit more intent to take it seriously, whether that's an Ivan Cleary to
the thing is
to
last
Anthony
year,
Griffin thing.
Because I actually spoke to Darren from the club about this, and he said last year we couldn't send anyone because we had no one to send. And I'm like, that's a fair point. Everyone was under rehab. Well, first year I think we sent Soward maybe.
That was about it. The first
Kingston
year, Gus was very, very vocal about not.
Oh, Gus still isn't a fan. You see that on Twitter. He doesn't like the Nines or the competition that dare not speak its name.
Yeah, But, look through the squad. Dallin Martini-Zalesniak, Josh Mansour, Wonga Blake, Robert Jennings, Tay Murray-Martin, Sione Katoa, Will Smith, Suai Matangi.
Oh, I'm looking forward to watching him play.
So am I, big time. Chico Seguiaro, James Seguiaro there, number 9, of course. Jeremy Lattimore, Lats, the captain, the skipper. Huge honour for a top bloke and a huge friend of the show, for sure.
We love Lats.
Had a lot of good time with Lats early on in our concept or his time with the club. Bryce Cartwright, Isaiah Yeo, Elijah Taylor, Corey Harawira, Ben Garcia, the Frenchman. First chance to check out the Frenchman in action.
I'm looking forward to meeting him this year.
Yeah, so am I. I'm looking forward to maybe some pronunciation. I can learn a little
he told me on Twitter
approach.
he's going to teach me how to speak French, and I said oui oui.
It's on Twitter, so that's a cast iron promise.
Your play Putin yum. It's French for yum.
Round out the squad with Zach Docker-Clay, who I'm really excited about coming across from Parramatta. Chris Smith, the big fella there, and someone we had on the show back in his Harold Matts days, Moses Leota.
I wonder if he remembers us.
He definitely remembers me. We had a chat on Facebook about something the other day, exchanged some comments, as it were.
You do have a very memorable face.
Yeah, and memorable personality. Not always
it's unforgettable. It's unforgettable. We try to forget, but we just can't.
Literally unforgettable. But, hey.
It is a very strong team.
It is. I think, realistically, I think we should be pushing for quarterfinals, semi-finals as a minimum.
This suits Will Smith's game.
It does.
It really does. We saw at the end of last year what he could do in open field. This game, mate.
Well, I think there's a few players there across the back line. I think we have one of the more versatile back lines in the competition. And even guys like Wonga Blake, Robert Jennings, Taymare Martin, they're guys, and Dallin, of course, they're guys that are going to, I think, benefit from that open field sort of play.
Yep.
Obviously, other teams are going to have their speedsters and their nippy guys as well, and it's how you counteract that that's going to come into the result. But I think we're going to see a lot of ball movement. We're going to see some exciting football.
We've got a young forward pack, a very mobile forward pack. You know, you've got the likes of Bryce, who's got a great offload. Yo, who can play in the 12 or the 3. I'm looking forward to seeing some ball playing from Taylor. That's something we've been lacking the past few years. He hasn't been much of a ball player, more of a defensive player.
Yeah,
we know what he can do.
Yeah, he gets
We
through
saw it at the Warriors.
at an NRL level. He gets through that 50 plus tackles a game.
He's great. He's a workhorse for your Super League.
Yeah, absolutely. But he has been probably hampered by a few injuries at his time at the club as well. So maybe with a good solid preseason under his belt and a good run of games, we might see a little bit more on the offensive side of the ball from him.
From Taylor.
I just sort of...
You forgot who it was?
No, I just sort of just trailed off with my thoughts, and I just didn't
that's
really realise how I was going to wrap it up.
It's like The Simpsons, that puppy dog's got a fluffy tail. Just get distracted.
I'm not easily amused.
We well, I should say you, because I was busy working today. Put it on Twitter. Who are the fans liking to see? I think it's unanimous for most part. Young Martin.
Yeah, Taymare Martin, pretty unanimous. We've had quite a few people chime in. A couple of people sort of did look for your Dallin, Martinis, Lesniaks, and your Rob Jennings, but overall, I think it's a big unknown factor as well with Taymare Martin.
There's a lot of hype about him. And there's an article in the paper, in the Telegraph or the website, NRL website today, saying, he's been working hard on his defence. We know he's got the attack. He's actually had the likes of Moses run at him at training, which is great. It's going to tough him up, having a big prop forward running at you. But as we spoke about Will Smith and being his game, well, obviously with young Martin there, he's a touch footy player by heart. He's compared to Benji Marshall a lot. We know what Benji could do on open field, so... Yeah, it's going to be exciting to see.
Over the last few years, someone like Benji's copped a lot of criticism from a number of sources. But if you go back to when he first burst on the scene,
he was the best player in the league.
What he did that sort of 05 region with the Tigers when they won that premiership was amazing. And if we can get anywhere near that sort of output from Taymare Martin, I'm going to be very excited to see him week in, week out.
Obviously, we're going to go through more of the team in depth later on. Obviously, this is just a quick one for the Nines, but you did say it, Jeremy Lattimore's the captain. He is a workhorse. I don't know how he's going to suit the Nines game, but I know he's going to be strung up that middle.
Yeah, I don't think the Nines would be ideally suited for someone like Latz.
He does have a bit of an offload, though.
He does. Second phase play in general is something that I think this side will do well at. I think we have done that at an NRL level a bit as well.
Last year we were one of the best offloading teams.
And you look at guys like Bryce Cartwright who can push offloads through traffic
very smart
all day.
Offloading.
But you do need one or two of those big boppers as well, and even having Matangi in there, I'm quite happy to see guys like that in the side. Now,
the NRL put a question out, who are they looking forward to seeing in the Nines? And obviously this was young Corey here.
Yeah, Corey Harawira. He's one that a lot of Penrithites have set their sights on for quite a while.
Very good under-20s player. It's time to take the step up. Obviously, you guys can read what's on the screen. I don't need to read it for you. It's up to you if you want to read it. If not, just skip across. But just a couple of key things there. 44 offloads, 94 tackle busts, and 14 line breaks, along with 12 tries. So obviously he's quite a strong ball-playing prop second rower, depending on how big he gets in the next couple of years. And the last line there, keep an eye on this guy. That says it all.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably the one thing Penrith has been synonymous with over the years is a good production line of young talent. Whether they realise that at Penrith or not is...
I think they know. I think they realise there's a lot of talent there.
But no, in terms of realising their talent at Penrith more, I thought there's a lot of guys that might, over the years have gone on to probably perform better at different clubs. But we've always said it. It's cliche as anything, but it's cliche because it's true. Penrith has a wonderful nursery of talent, and I think Corey Harawira is one of the next guys in that line to hopefully come through and impress.
Now, for the benefit of everybody here, I've put the team list up. Obviously, we've got the Newcastle Knights, Cowboys, and West Tigers. Spoke about before. Cowboys, very strong team. You look across there, Matty Bowen's back. from England.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, he's still playing football, I'm pretty sure. If he's only just retired recently, I know that's not that long ago. But you look across that team, obviously Justin O'Neill, Lachlan Coote, former Penrith boy, Jason Tomalolo.
There's some great names across those squads.
I'm not even looking at 15, Rory Koss
Jason. I like, for the Cowboys, number 18, Gideon Geller Mosby. And, of course, number 8 for the Tigers, Ava Seomanafangai.
Michael Morgan? Yes, I don't know how to bloody spell it. Look it up. Stacey Jones. But the Cowboys, obviously, they are our biggest challenge. Antonio Winterstein's, proven footballer. James Tarmel, Gavin Cooper.
Yeah, Coops,
great player.
obviously a very handy edge runner, something that can suit that style of play. I'm interested to see how some of the new guys fit in across the squad. Guys like Paulie, that's just gone up to Newcastle from Parramatta, one of the victims of the Michael Jennings deal. Guys like that, interesting to see how they fit into their squads more as a look forward. You can't take too much out of the Nines concept.
Talking about the Nines teams in the Nine pronunciation, West Tigers number 8, Abba
Seomanafangai.
Yeah, that's an alphabet there, mate. If you played Hangman with his name, there's not enough letters left to hang the man.
You'd be there all day.
So, but no, looking across those teams, as I said, Cowboys' biggest challenge, West Tigers, they've got some young talent there. Chris Lawrence has kind of passed it. Kevin Aguama, he showed last year what he could do. Very good try scorer player.
The Tigers' halves remind me of like characters from an old Robin Hood or something. Little John and Drinkwater.
Little John needs to drink water.
Yeah,
needs to drink water.
I like that. I'm a big fan of that.
Rod Griffin. Michael G. Camp.
Is this, what I want to know, is that the same Rocket Rod Griffin that was at the Cowboys in like the early 2000s?
Surely not.
Because if it is, he's got to be like mid-40s.
Well, then again, Brad Fittler and what's his name? The guy from Canberra Raiders last year.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they don't mind coming out. I spoke to Bryce Gibbs the other night on Twitter, and I'm like, "You coming back for the Nines, mate?" And he goes, "Mate, just looking at it makes me tired. Please, Freddie can do it. Anyone can."
Probably not a game best suited to his assets.
Actually, out of the game for a little while now. So they're the oppositions. Hop on Twitter, hop on Facebook. How do you think the Panthers going to go? Obviously, we're all pretty optimistic. I think this is the first year where I'm really thinking, you know what, we can actually at least pass the group stage. And
I think
I'm excited about.
I think quarterfinals are a reasonable expectation for us moving forward. Whether you go to predict any further than that, it probably gets to a toss of a coin because it's Nines football.
So it's not the best team on the day. It's just the luckiest team, really. Ball bounces your way and you're going to score.
A couple of things go your way on that one, and there's not enough time to change momentum or things like that. So realistically, I'm not going to put too much stock in it, but I would like to see us.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to watch the boys play.
Absolutely, I've got a huge weekend of housework and university work, so I'm looking for something.
My Foxtel box hasn't arrived yet. My Foxtel cracked it a couple of weeks ago. Ordered a new one, hasn't arrived. I'm going to St. Mary's Leagues.
How do you crack a Foxtel box?
Mate, it just stopped working.
Actually, I shouldn't ask how things in a house get broken when you've got two small children.
Yeah, no, it wasn't everything, God. So, it's Ange, my wife.
Ange?
So she was on it, she's like, we're not working. I'm like, oh.
It's like having three children sometimes.
Oh, mate, tell me about it. I'm probably the biggest one anyway. Okay, so that's it for this week's show. As we said, very quick show. Thank you so much for supporting us. We did put it out to you guys if you wanted to bring us back. And
it was overwhelming.
I think there was one guy in the corner saying, don't do it, stop, shut up. But we kind of just ignored that.
Yeah, well, no one wanted us to do it the first time anyway, and we just kept doing it. So, but no, in all honesty, some of the kind words were tremendous.
We are looking at a more polished show this year. Gus on Twitter has supported us. Hopefully we have a meeting with the club soon. Fingers crossed. And we actually have a few new segments coming up this year.
Yeah, going to take a bit of a fresh approach, and basically neither of us wanted to come back to the project unless we thought we were going to improve on it.
Yep.
And put out a really polished product. This show aside.
Look at this, we even got pictures now. This isn't going to be a regular thing. This is just a one-off.
Got pictures. Audio is not going to be great for this one, but moving forward,
onwards and upwards.
It's going to be hopefully it's going to be an enjoyable ride. Got to throw a quick shout out to Dirty Pig.
Yeah, mate.
They're going to be on board this year as a sponsor. Going to be throwing up some top shelf shirts for giveaways moving forward. So some one-of-a-kind vintage Panthers shirts.
They're on eBay. You can find them on eBay. You can
check them on eBay. Facebook, Dirty Pig. We'll throw up a link on our Facebook page. We'll throw out a tweet as well. He's a local guy. He's a top bloke. Massive Panthers fan.
Big fan.
Definitely support them. I said at a special on there, 5 shirts for $100. So it's pretty hard to get 5 shirts for $100 anywhere in Australia.
Just quickly, Panthers versus West Tigers first game, like we used to. Score check, score prediction. What do you think?
Score prediction. I'm thinking it's 6s. So I'm 18.
So it doesn't matter. It could be 18 somehow.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
I'll go Panthers 16, Tigers 0.
22 to, is it 5 points for a try?
That's what I'm trying to think.
Yeah. I'm going 22-5 to the Panthers. All right, guys, all the best and enjoy your football.
Thanks, guys.